Hey there guys, Jordan here, back with another reaction video, and it's going to be another death battle. And this death battle is going to be Skyrim versus Dark Souls, Dragonborn versus Chosen Undead. Okay, I'll be honest, I actually have no idea who they are. I mean, are they old legends that have been adapted, or are they been adaptations already? I don't know for sure, but I suppose that I'll learn more about them once we get to the battle and hear more about their backgrounds and all that stuff. Alright, with that said, it's time for us to see how it goes. Alright, fix the volume, and let's begin.
The Chosen Undead, the accursed god killer from Dark Souls. The last Dragonborn, the dragon-slaying savior of Skyrim. Resigned to captivity, these two heroes embraced their destinies and stared down the very gods themselves. And devoured their friggin' souls!
Oh.
These two lack specific canon arsenals and movesets due to being role-playing protagonists. For this death battle, we're giving them everything they have and maxing out all of their stats. Which is
okay.
possible in-game if you're willing to grind. He's Wiz and I'm Food.
Oh, so they're from video games.
Analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, first up, the Dragonborn.
Our story begins at the end. The great cities of old have collapsed. The heroes are dead or mad, and the
Or Chosen Undead.
is over. Looking out upon their decaying kingdom, everyone would like nothing more than to lay down and die. Too bad for them. That's the one thing they couldn't do. The world has been plagued by the
I
undead
see.
curse, turning anyone with a mysterious dark sign into mindless, violent hollows upon repeated soul-crushing deaths.
Oh, that's horrible.
Of a chosen undead who will journey to Lordran, the home of the gods, and save the world. Rotting away in an asylum.
Okay, let's see. Background: furtive pygmy descendant, ageless, height, weight, gender variable, prisoner of the Northern Asylum, merged into the soul of Cinder, likes Tarkus, Sigmire, Priscilla, dislikes Patches, Basilisk's easy mode. I see. So there's not that much information about the Chosen Undead, aside from what they are and what their likes and dislikes are as well. But I suppose we could know more about how they work as we go on. And it makes me wonder if there won't be much information with their opponent as well. But we'll see soon enough.
All it took was an assist from an unlucky knight and a giant raven before one unlikely hero was ready to claw their way through their progenitor's forgotten homeland. And it helps that as long as they can keep their sense of purpose, an undead will always resurrect at the nearest bonfire.
I see.
Slowly lose their memories, their personality, and their sanity, but the curse gives them as much time as they need to get good.
Okay
Undead
then.
are unnaturally resilient, able to survive being impaled through the chest. They've been chewed, eaten, and digested.
Abilities: resurrection, immortality, soul absorption, superhuman survivability, miracles, sorceries, pyromancies, time and dimensional travel, resistance to poison, curse, acid, holy, and magic. Those are some very useful abilities that they have, but I don't know how it'll be able to go in a death battle if one of them happens to be immortality. Maybe it won't apply here, and it probably goes for the same with their opponent. Although then again, soul absorption could be a bigger advantage to immortality. So, there is that. But I suppose we'll know when we get to the battle.
By what I can only describe as a toilet demon. They can have their
Toilet
souls torn from
demon.
their very body, because undead humans don't need their souls to survive.
Undead lose their souls and humanity every time they die without immediate consequence. Their hollowed state is likely a reversion to the pre-flame life form seen in the intro. I see. So each time the undead dies without immediate consequence, they lose their humanity and souls, leaving them in their hollowed state, which is a reversion of their life forms as seen in the intro. Granted, I have never played Dark Souls, but wow, these undead seem to not be able to find a way to end their own suffering. So there is a disadvantage to having all of these powers. So I guess having all these powers maybe, I guess being a chosen undead has its perks and disadvantages at the same time. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Survive. Just pop some of that spicy Sunny D and they're good to go.
Sunny D? Really?
Like they get off to it. They can absorb the souls
Okay.
of their fallen enemies to increase their power. They're a master with swords, hammers, spears, axes, bows, you name it. And that's without any formal training. With the right stats and setup, they can be anything from a cartwheeling assassin to a dragon-smashing tank to the giantest of dads. And despite the serious gothic themes of the series, these weapons can get anime as hell. Smo's great hammer.
Let's see. Arsenal, boss soul weapons, shields, Estus flask, humanity, dark sign, green blossom, dragon head and torso stones, silver pendant, rings. Those do seem like useful weapons, as well as defensive arsenal. Maybe the Dragonborn has the same arsenal though, considering that they're both from both the chosen ones and their respective properties. But maybe we'll see how it goes when we get to the end fight and know the end results.
There's a ginormous mallet the size of a sedan. Based on its size and likely bronze composition, it'd have to weigh over 100 tons. A lot like Goff's great bow, which can shoot bullet-sized arrows and one-shot dragons out of the sky. Or my favorite, the Moonlight Greatsword, produced from the ass of the albino dragon and founder of sorcery, Seath the Scaleless. This baby's a universe-hopping anomaly that can fire powerful sword beams and just looks so cool. The chosen undead has learned magic.
Alright, there is that.
Shockwaves, form defensive barriers, reflect damage, throw balls of flame, control mines, fire magical crystal spears, turn invisible, and toss bolts of sunlight strong enough to peel the stone scales off a mortal dragon.
Wow.
So, magic is pretty
That's a lot of abilities. Alright, magic. Wrath of the Gods, Great Magic Barrier, Bountiful Sunlight, Homing Crystal Soul Mass, White Dragon Breath, Dark Orb, Chaos Storm, Iron Flesh, Power Within, and more. Man, this chosen undead seems to have unlimited magic. And judging by how much magic it knows, it probably never runs out of mana. Although I'm not sure how it will affect this character in the actual death battle. But I suppose we'll see when it happens.
limited wanted. So, if it comes down to it, they can shut off all magic in the vicinity with the miracle Vow of Silence, preventing anyone from speaking any spells aloud, including themselves. With this incredible arsenal and judicious attention paid to the stamina bar, the chosen undead was rolling their way to victory. A roll so powerful it bends the laws of space and warps them through attacks like they weren't even there. Though sometimes it doesn't work and it's bullshit. That's just a game mechanic, but great to use when you're panicking. They've defeated Nido, the god of death, the bed of chaos, the mother of all demonkind, and Calamite, the strongest surviving ancient dragon. That was when the chosen undead was dragged back in time to face the fallen knight Artorias, the greatest warrior in history. And not only defeat him, but accomplish the greatest feat attributed to Artorias' legend, the destruction of Manus, the father of the abyss that threatened to consume.
In Dark Souls 3, the abyss has begun to consume the sun. In the untented graves, where the flame has fully gone out, the sky is completely black, no sun or stars left shining. My word. The Dark Souls series certainly does take place in a grim environment, especially considering that they have no sun nor stars. So they must fight through completely pitch black darkness in order to go through whatever trials they come across. Man, that is some bold determination these undead people have.
The world. They've even beaten other chosen undead from alternate worlds, like the best buddy in all gaming, Solaire. Praise the sun, bro! And soon they were approached by these two slithery freaks. One said to link the fire, and the other said to let it die out, which totally makes sense. Wiz can explain it. Don't look at me. Dark Souls lore is as notoriously convoluted as the flow of its time stream, which is why we have a true expert in the realms of nerdom to explain it for us. Oh, Jocelyn.
You wouldn't believe how many item descriptions, forum posts, and moody 2013 lore videos I had to watch through for this. It's story time, kids. In the beginning, the world was unformed and static. Then suddenly, the first flame burst to life, and with it, the concepts of heat and cold, life and death, energy and time, light and...
Repair states light is time, and the spell relies on the use of light to reverse an object's time, implying the first flame controls time consistent with alternate timelines merging due to the flames fading. I see. So the spell uses light to reverse the object's time, and it means it can control time, which is consistent with alternate timelines due to the flames fading. Wow. So fire has the ability to manipulate time, along with time in alternate timelines. That truly is astonishing.
And dark.
Sounds like a mythological Big Bang.
The gods were granted immense
I guess that's one way to put it.
From the first flame, but their greatest fear was the soul possessed collectively by the race known as humanity, the Dark Soul. The Skyfather Gwyn feared humanity's immortality, and so sealed their dark souls within them. But as humanity reproduced, the Dark Soul collectively grew and the first flame waned. Turns out humans were naturally undying, or according to the gods' propaganda, undead.
Yes.
Ah.
Conspiracy. The undead curse was a lie.
Linking the fire means using your very soul as fuel to keep the first flame burning.
Is that so?
The champion believes their immortality is a curse. They'll do anything to prevent it, including burning fragments of the Dark Soul to keep the Age of the Gods going.
So you're in a game played by decrepit gods desperately clinging to power. Well, that's a huge bummer.
They might look
You can say that again.
Reason, but in order to link the flame, their soul needs to be strong enough to maintain the whole universe.
The first flame's direct control over fundamental aspects of the reality like energy, light, and time, combined with individual souls being able to maintain the pocket dimension paintings, is enough to conclude it is a universal level energy source. Really? So this particular spell is universe level energy. and it's able to be concluded as such because of all of the reality in energy, light, and time combined with individual souls maintaining paintings. Man. So this world is terrible, but there are perks to living in it after all. This sure is a conflicting game series, I'll give them that.
Universe and the flow of time for another 1,000 years.
Other similarly powerful undead across time are swift enough to dodge lightning and even light itself.
Feats. Linked the First Flame, or became the Dark Lord, rang the bells of awakening, ascended Sen's fortress, captured the 4 Lord Souls, survived the Anor Londo archers, defeated Ornstein and Smough, 4 Kings, Pinwheel, Gwyn. My word. This chosen undead character certainly has a lot of impressive feats. And it makes me wonder how their opponent will fare better, considering they're both chosen ones in their world, that is. But maybe we'll know when we get to the end results.
Based on their dodge compared to this beam and the time it took to reach them, they'd be reacting and moving at over 20% the speed of light.
Really?
In their quest, they faced down and defeated Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder, long hollowed from linking the flame 1,000 years ago. So, which will you choose? Link the fire and prolong the current age, or let it fade until only dark remains?
This
Wow.
is the biggest bummer of them all. Truth is, it never mattered. The cycle just continues age after age, with new heroes replacing the old ones, until the chosen undead was long forgotten.
Until the infinite
So
march
it
of
doesn't
time,
matter
the
which you
world
choose,
crashed. It was never about the happy ending.
because it means nothing in the
It was
end.
about the struggle to get there. That's ultimately what gives us meaning.
Alright, next up, the Dragonborn.
Welcome to the frosty Viking paradise of Skyrim. Visit the quaint Nordic villages. Hike up to the throat of the world. Marvel at the beauty of Blackreach. Hey,
Really?
what's in the sky? Why, it's Macho Man Randy Savage. No, it's Thomas the Tank Engine.
What?
There's a dragon, but not just any mere drake. This is Alduin, the World Eater, and he's come to burn everything to a cinder. But fortunately for you, his path of destruction happened to interrupt your impending execution at the hands of those uppity Imperial pigs. That'll be the worst mistake this scaly monster would ever make. It wouldn't
Okay.
be long before you escaped the destruction of Helgen and defeated a dragon yourself. Then absorbed its freaking soul. That could only
Really?
mean one thing. You are a being born with the blood and soul of a dragon in the body of a Nord, or elf, or Khajiit, or lizard dude destined to battle Alduin and save the world. In their tongue, you are the Dovahkiin, Dragonborn. In their quest to rid Tamriel.
Background, aka the Dovahkiin. Height 6 feet 183 centimeters. Male Nord in promo material. Blood and soul of a dragon. Incarnation of the prisoner. Blessed by Akatosh. Also blessed by Todd Howard. So the Dragonborn has slightly more information than their opponent. And it seems that instead of being an undead, he has gotten powers from defeating a dragon and gained their abilities. That certainly is fascinating.
Of Alduin's dragon army, the Dragonborn became a jack of all trades, master of all. They learned to be a master assassin with the Dark Brotherhood, a master sorcerer with the College of Winterhold, a master thief with the Nightingales, a master dragon hunter
Okay.
with the Blades, and a master good boy. Who's a good boy? That's a good boy. They fought in the Skyrim Civil War.
Abilities: Dragon Soul Absorption, Immortality, Weapon Mastery, Shouts, Spellcasting, Stealth, Smithing, Alchemy. So it does have this sort of the same immortality as chosen undead, along with dragon soul absorption. And it has a lot more versatile abilities here. So maybe the Dragonborn will be superior? I suppose we'll know once we get to the battle.
On the side of the Imperial Legion, champions of order. You mean the Nordic War for Independence on the side of the Stormcloaks? Those elf-funded Nord supremacists? Better than those jackbooted Cyrodiil fascists? But what else could I expect from a monster who steals from innocent villagers by sticking buckets over their heads? They put their skills to good use with an
okay.
absolute flood of weaponry. Not just the usuals like daggers, swords, hammers, and axes, but also special weapons given to them by the Daedric princes. They're
Really?
crazy powerful gods from the plane of existence called Oblivion. From that wascally wabbit
Arsenal. Daedric artifacts, amulets, scrolls, light and heavy armor, arrows and bolts, potions, poisons, food. So the Dragonborn does seem more resourceful considering it has potions and food, along with light and heavy armor. Something that the chosen undead doesn't have. But then again, I don't know if the chosen undead will be able to be victorious despite not having those sort of arsenal. I guess we'll know once the battle officially starts.
Geogorad, the Dragonborn received the Wabbajack, a staff that casts a completely random spell on its target, from disintegrating them to healing them to turning them into a chicken.
What?
Received the Dawnbreaker, a holy sword made for burning the undead to ash. That's similar to Oriel's bow, which can shoot fiery arrows that can blot out the sun. To cover the distance
Really?
between the Earth and the sun in about 2 seconds, the arrow would have to be moving at over 250 times the speed of light.
Wow.
This isn't Earth and the sun. This is the planet Nirn, and that's Magnus. According to the Elder Scrolls lore master Michael Kirkbride and his in-universe text cosmology, when you look up at the sun, you're
The arrows are described as working by traveling to the sun, Magnus, and temporarily altering the magical connection between Nirn and the gods responsible for sunlight. I see. So these arrows are capable of temporarily stopping all of the magic that the sun is casting that's being connected by Nirn and the gods. Wow. Those are some incredible arrows. And it makes me wonder how they'll fare against the opponent. I suppose we'll know for sure when we see it, though.
actually looking into a dimension of pure magic. Confused yet? I am. Exact measurements here are difficult to make, but if anything, the distance should be much greater. Speaking of magic bullshit, the Dragonborn can heal themselves, cast wards and destructive elemental spells, control minds, conjure weapons, and summon lesser Daedra to help them out in the scrap. They're an especially powerful mage because their mana recovers itself automatically over time. They'll never truly run out of firepower.
Really?
Novocaine, the ability they're most famous for is the Thum, or shout. By speaking the words of the dragon language, they can manifest their will into reality. Like the classic Fus Roda, an unrelenting force which can knock your neighbors into next week, or Soul Tear, which removes the soul from your enemy's body and stores it in a cute gem, like so. A wife was in bed with her lover when she heard her husband's key in the door. Stay where you are.
Whoa.
Wait, why didn't anything? Oh. Student loans, man. Something had to cover the down payment. With the Dragonborn can...
Shouts or whisper become ethereal, bend will, dragon aspect, dragon rend, drain vitality, marked for death, whirlwind sprint. So these special shouts are able to differ depending on what words you use. Something that the chosen undead doesn't seem to have. So maybe the Dragonborn will be victorious? That is something may be able to see soon.
And summon country-spanning storms, slow down time, and even call upon a dragon for help. Motivate. Dragons may look like scaly reptiles, but in reality, they're immortal demigods older than time itself. They're the children of the chief god of Tamriel's pantheon. The Dragonborn is an unstoppable force of nature. If they happen to take any damage, they can just drink a potion or nosh on a cheese wheel and be good as new. And they can carry up to 150 cheeses at once. My dream.
My word.
Normally large cheese wheels have an average weight of 70 pounds. We can determine that the Dragonborn can carry up to 10,500 pounds of cheese.
Wow.
Considering they can match muscles with giants who are so strong they can shatter the game's spaghetti code to pieces. The last Dragonborn has battled the
Feats. Read one of the Elder Scrolls, aided or executed Ulfric's Stormcloak, caught the serial killer Calixto, escaped Sidna Mine, cured Pelagius the Mad, reunited Ruki and Fenrig, pranked people with Sanguine, defeated Alduin, Ebony Warrior, Potema, Mirok. Wow. Those are some absurd feats. And they're not as plausible as the Chosen Undead's feats. But maybe this will be to the Dragonborn's advantage. I suppose we'll know for sure.
Empire Lord Archon ended Skyrim's civil war and defeated the first Dragonborn, Mirak. And according to the book, the Guardian and the Traitor, Mirak was helped.
While originally speculated to be mythological, Mirak's existence was confirmed in the last Dragonborn DLC. The Ansai warriors also sank the island of Yokuda, making this consistent. I see. So even though Mirak's existence was supposed to be myth, it was confirmed in the DLC at least. And that the Ansai warriors sank the island, which made this consistent. So it seems that Mirak exists after all in their world. That is fascinating.
Powerful enough to tear apart the island of Solstheim from Skyrim's mainland. By comparing the size of various countries on Tamriel's map, we can determine that Solstheim is a landmass nearly 1,500 miles in diameter. In order to move that much land over the course of their fight, Mirak's magical prowess must have outputted energy over 300 teratons of TNT. That's
Whoa.
the impact of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs.
Wow.
Shouts will get strong enough to shake the world itself. It wasn't long before the Dragonborn confronted Alduin in Nordheaven and put an end to the World Eater once and for all. The epithet is literal. By absorbing the souls in Skyrim's afterlife, Alduin was powerful enough to devour everything. Not just the planet of Nirn, but the Kalpa, the entire timeline past, present, and future. That's the level of unimaginable power the Dragonborn is dealing with here.
Really?
Tamriel is no stranger to great heroes across its vast, sprawling history. The Naravareen, the hero of Kvatch, all magnificent in their own right. But when you heard that shout echo through the mountains, and the death throes of a dragon defeated, you knew it could only be the Dovahkiin. Dovahkiin. All right, the combatants are set. Run the data through all possibilities. It's time for a death battle!
Let's get started.
Go and stop this fool.
Whoa.
Let the flame burn the age of humans to ashes.
Cool.
Nations of dark will do anything to snuff out the light. Save us, chosen
Here we go. Whoa. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh, here it comes. Whoa. Oh boy. This seems close. Ooh. They look evenly matched. Man. Ooh. Oh, what's gonna happen? Oh. Now or never. Oh. What? Oh. Oh.
Save this world,
Oh.
warrior. Bring the fire.
Whoa.
Let true dark be cast upon the world. Our Lord hath returned.
Oh.
You die!
Oh my God, this boss is bullshit!
This debate was fascinating. The Dragonborn had a wider variety of training, better access to summons, and magic that passively regenerated, as opposed to the chosen Undead's limited pool of magic.
Vow of Silence was Dragonborn's magic and shouts, but it wouldn't last forever.
The Dragonborn was significantly faster, too. The chosen Undead could dodge beams of light, sure, but Oriel's bow could fire arrows that move at least 200...
Given that the arrow would need to pass through the infinite dimension of oblivion to reach Magnus, the actual speed of the arrows is arguably infinite as well. I see. So the arrow is able to pass through infinity in order to reach Magnus. So, I guess that earns the Dragonborn a point for that.
150 times that.
But none of that mattered if the chosen Undead couldn't stay dead.
You'd think the Dragonborn's anti-undead weaponry like Dawnbreaker would be an easy solution, but the Undead of Dark Souls aren't really the same as Draugr from Skyrim.
Skyrim Undead are more like those classic reanimated skeletons. But remember the conspiracy. Humans in Dark Souls are naturally immortal. They're not actually undead.
Soul Tear wouldn't have been much use.
Ah.
Considering humans in Dark Souls can have their souls removed without dying.
So why didn't the chosen Undead just keep coming back until they eventually won? Like with any Dark Souls boss.
One word, power. The Dragonborn had way more and greater feats of raw power than the chosen Undead.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Country spanning storms with a
The Staff of Magnus is also capable of countering the power of the Eye of Magnus, which has the power to remake the entire world of Nirn. I see. So this staff is just as powerful as Magnus's eye, which was capable of remaking the entire world. Man, that's really impressive at that.
Single shout, Lord defeating Mirek, who split a continent.
There's also the lore. Both characters are essentially mythological demigods in the same kind of vein as Hercules or Sun Wukong. Gameplay won't give you the best idea of their full power as characters.
So, let's get an idea of their max potential from the Lord.
The chosen undead sustaining the first flame with their soul was insanely impressive. Considering the first flame is responsible for the core concepts of the universe, like energy and time, it's not a stretch to say it affects not just the planet they live on, but the whole universe.
But
Really?
nothing compared to the power levels in the Elder Scrolls.
Let's compare the first flame to Alduin. Both literally run on the power of souls, and both can be directly scaled to our combatants.
Alduin
True.
has strength to consume the universe, not just Nirn, but the Kalpa as well.
You know those planets you see in the sky? According to cosmology, those are actually separate.
Alduin claims to have waxed in power since ancient times and to be full of souls during his final battle with the Dragonborn, and Mira claimed to be capable of casually defeating Alduin. I see. So the Dragonborn is just as powerful as Mirek, who claims to have casually defeated Alduin time and time again. Man. It seems that the Dragonborn is just as chosenable as, if not more than the chosen undead themselves.
Separate, infinitely big planes of reality. Alduin was going to eat infinity. Multiple infinities.
In comparison, the first...
Results. Chosen undead. Positives. Greater survivability. Resurrects upon death. Negatives, but will eventually go hollow. Too slow and weak to win. More limited arsenal. Last Dragonborn. Positives. Far more powerful, much faster, regenerating mana, greater variety. Negatives, can only die once. So even though the chosen undead is able to die and be reborn, it will eventually lose its ability to resurrect. So it's a matter of who will die and how many times it will die. And thus the last Dragonborn wins in that category.
first flame is powerful enough to sustain a universe and the flow of time, but it can't be infinite. Otherwise, it never would have faded to begin with.
And that meant the chosen undead just...
Undead that have been significantly hollowed out can even lose their will to stand or move, let alone fight, effectively dead. This happens to Sigmire and Ashlake. So if the undead dies enough times, they will eventually lose their ability to stand, move, and fight, which results in them in being completely dead. And this actually happened to the villain in Ash Lake. So it seems the chosen dead has no advantages here.
wasn't powerful enough no matter how many times they revived. With that much of a difference in power, the chosen undead would eventually lose their will to fight and go hollow. It's not traditional, but it is a form of death in Dark Souls. The chosen undead was surely tenacity personified, but still wasn't enough to stand up to the Dragonborn's incredible skill, broken arsenal, and overwhelming power.
The chosen undead could only last so long before they flamed out.
The winner is the Dragonborn.
Congratulations, Dragonborn.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, we have a new death battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see death battles before anyone else, so don't miss out.
Next time. Killua versus Misaka. So that was Dragonborn versus Chosen Undead, and the Dragonborn came out victoriously. This certainly was an interesting death battle, and I've learned a lot about the characters and the worlds that they live in at that. So, that truly was impressive on how their abilities work. So, yeah, way to go to the Dragonborn for winning this. Alright guys, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.